Hello there. Welcome to Burn a Flick. Today we are back to the OGs. We've been with the OGs for a couple weeks now, I think. Was it OGs last time?
It was OG's last time.
Okay.
Aggie wasn't with us.
We've been keeping it OG.
Happy New Year, by the way. It's our first one of
Happy
the
New
year.
It is. It's been we had a little bit of holiday hiatus.
Yeah, it happens, you know.
Yeah.
New year, new me. New year, new we.
So we're back, and I believe I picked the movie last time, and it was House of Flying Daggers. And I don't remember why I picked this movie. I had a very good reason in picking it. I know I gave an option of this and another movie, and I had very specific reasons for picking those movies.
What was the other one again?
The other one was Blind Spotting.
Blind Spot. Yeah, Blind
Spotting. Yeah,
That's not the one with Ewan McGregor.
it's not Train Spotting.
Okay.
No.
Which is also a really good movie.
Yeah.
FYI.
Did you want to say something about Blind Spotting?
No. I just was thinking about it yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, which one was it? Because I know that I was watching Watch Mojo, and
Yeah.
they talked about it briefly.
Oh, they talked about Blind Spotting?
Yeah, I think they drama, like not dramas, but like not, what's not even a drama. They're talking about, I forgot what the whole category was in top tens. But I was watching a lot of
All right.
What Culture and Watch Mojo. That's where I
Got
get
it.
a lot of my movie recommendations from.
But yeah, House of Flying Daggers. This movie came out in 2004, 2005, mid 2000s.
2004.
2004.
2004 it came out.
So
So it stars, what's her name?
I believe it's Zhang Ziyi.
Yes,
I believe, and Andy Lau, and some other guy. It's a Japanese sounding name for the other guy.
yeah, Zhang Ziyi,
Yeah,
Yimou Zhang, and Takashi Kashiniro or Kanashiro.
yeah, that's the Japanese
And-
sounding guy.
Yeah, he's actually Japanese and Taiwanese.
Okay, huh? He
Yeah.
speaks Chinese, or he speaks Mandarin very well.
Well, I guess Taiwan, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So what's her name? Zhang Ziyi.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's how you say it. I really don't know.
but it's fine. None of us are Chinese. We're butchering it. It's okay. We're moving on.
She was well known from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon in
Yeah.
2000.
And wasn't she in Rush Hour 2?
Yes, she was in Rush Hour 2.
Yeah,
I'm
she was in
pretty
Rush Hour
sure.
2. Yeah.
She's well known, and it's a breakout. She's actually a really big actress.
Oh yeah, she's
And-
like considered to be one of the top actresses in China
Yep, it says
of her time.
she is a
Uh,
Chinese actress and model. She is regarded as one of the 4 Dan actresses of China. Her first major role is in The Road Home. She later gained international recognition in a role as in Ang Lee's Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yep.
Ang Lee is a Taiwanese. He's Taiwanese. He's a Taiwanese director. No, yeah, he's a Taiwanese director.
I'm not really keeping track of all the nationalities. Ang Lee, he's a well-known, well-established Hollywood director.
Yes.
He has also done plenty of non-Hollywood films, but I think most American audiences know him from like Avatar. Did I?
No,
The Hulk.
No.
That's
The
M. Night
Hulk.
Shyamalan. He's from the Hulk.
Oh, the
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah.
Ang Lee and the Hulk, yeah.
Ang Lee and the Hulk.
Oh, I thought he
M. Night
did.
Shyamalan did Avatar.
Oh man. Okay.
The Last Airbender.
Last Airbender. Yeah, not Blue People.
Yeah, not Blue.
Why did I think Ang Lee did?
Because Aang is one of the main characters of Avatar.
That's why.
The Last Airbender.
That's
The
why.
Last Airbender.
Getting mixed up with the characters and the
James
directors.
Cameron's going to really come for your ass.
Yeah.
Hey, calm down.
I will say she did.
Yeah.
She's wonderful in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Very dramatic. We'll talk about that.
This okay, quick synopsis.
Yeah.
So this movie, titled House of Flying Daggers, is based in like old time China. The government is a semi-oppressive, tyrannical government, and there's a bunch of these rebel groups, and one of these major rebel groups is the House of Flying Daggers. And they're just rebels, dude. They just hate the government, and they want to kill government people. and there's not much else that's discussed. Anyway, the story starts with our two main characters, these two guys who are government like soldiers or agents or officials or whatever.
They're both captains.
Yeah, they're both high up, and they're discussing a member of the Flying Daggers has infiltrated this brothel, this local brothel, and they're talking about going in there and finding them. So that's how the story starts. Turns out the person of interest in question is Zhang Ziyi, who plays a blind working girl at this brothel, who turns out to be a master martial artist, and so on and so forth. And the two government boys, they hatch a plan to use Zhang Ziyi's character. Her name's Mei. Use Mei to lead them to the hideout of the
Flying
Daggers so that they can assassinate the new leader of the Flying Daggers. That's the whole plot of the story. And basically what happens is a love triangle happens. That's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the premise.
So yeah, the captain, he pretty much goes undercover because she doesn't recognize his face, of course, because she's blind, and he utilizes his ways of quote unquote seduction.
Yes.
To get her, he clearly states that there's not a woman that he can't seduce.
Yeah. Yeah. To distinguish, I don't even remember his name. I just understood him as like the Playboy guy,
Captain Jin.
Captain Jin. Okay, Jin, and the other guy's name was something else.
The other
he was the square.
Leo.
Leo. Oh yeah. Jin and Leo, and the movie kind of goes right into it with the action.
It does. Oh, from the get go.
Yeah.
He pretends to be. Was he the guy in the beginning?
Yeah.
Who was like assaulting her?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he pretends to be a drunk, just some dude, who's in the brothel. At the brothel.
Hamming it up.
Yeah, just to to find out who the new person was.
Yeah.
And then it turns into her being taken by the government officials.
Yeah. Which I found that strange.
Yeah, I was like she's blind. You think she did anything wrong?
So like they charged her for indecency because she was dressed indecently. Because
he ripped
her clothes off
and essentially tried to assault her.
I guess it doesn't make sense, but I don't think it needs to make sense because the whole thing was a ruse just to get like whoever. Like, I don't know how they knew though. How did they know that she was the guy? Like,
I think probably just due to the fact that she was blind and she's very skilled.
Oh,
yeah. They did say she was the newest part of the brothel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so the newest member.
Okay. In the beginning, it said I believe it says that one of the newest members of this show house, what they call it.
Yeah.
And it's like, how could a new showgirl
be like top dog already?
Yeah, how could a showgirl be top dog? And he asked that question too. He's like,
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's when things go into play.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about the super long sleeve dancing?
Oh, I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Obviously, it's the way these movies are made.
Yeah.
It's over the top because it's supposed to be its artistic value in action. I liked that. I thought it was really cool. Just like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I saw that movie years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what they go for, of course.
Mm-hmm.
However, we show more of that because she does the dancing. She's really good at the dancing.
Yeah.
She's very fluid when it comes to it. And then we see more of it in the next scene, right?
Yeah.
I guess it would be in the same scene. No, it would be the second scene.
No, it kind of just the next scene would be like when she gets arrested, and then the guy's like, "Okay, I'll let you go if you could do this game."
The Echo was called the Echo
game.
Game.
Yeah. and like it's this really bad CGI of him flicking like beans,
Mhm.
beans at
He
like
just-
these
he's-
drums,
he,
and like
he throws a plate, one bean from a plate of beans
yeah,
to uh a uh a some crazy circle of drums
yes,
for her to follow the echoes of where it is, so she can mimic or just re-hit the same drum because she's blind. He asked her
Yeah.
like, "Have you played the echo game?" I played it once.
yeah.
She's like, "I played it once." I'm like, all right. So she keeps it going until he cheats her and
I-
throws the entire.
I just thought it was really interesting
How goes
that
it
he
rounder?
threw the entire plate of beans,
They all go around.
and they all expertly hit every single one of these drums.
and she's sitting there
And,
with
like,
her with her leg all the way up, and she was like,
yeah, no, she like I'm pretty sure that was actually her for like at least 70% of the stunts, because like you see her face like a bunch of times, and a lot, and even when she's doing like the crazy poses or whatever with like her leg up here, her arm, like it's her face. I'm pretty sure that's her doing all that.
Yeah, well, I feel like why would they waste time,
Yeah.
having some other person do it,
Yeah.
and wasting that like kind of.
I do think there might have been another person though, because there were some shots where you just don't see her face, and like she's doing crazy acrobatic stuff. Maybe for that, like they might have had a stunt double. But some of like the yoga poses, like my girl is a yoga master. Like she can put her limbs and such in all these different places.
I love how she's standing still, and you see her bring her left leg all the way up.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
That's actually a very common thing in Taekwondo. There's a form where you have to do that. And it's a lot of like core strength to do that. But yeah. Is this so you said you've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. So like
Yeah.
this brand of like action fantasy
Flying over everything,
flying, yeah.
like flying gracefully and landing gracefully.
Yes, that whole like genre style of action of like it's called I don't know if I'm gonna say it. It's wuxia, and it's spelled Wuxia. So you said you've seen Crouching Tiger. Have you ever been exposed to this kind of Chinese action stuff?
I've seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Okay.
and I think I've seen Hero, but I can't remember if that's the same.
Oh, fun fact: this guy directed Hero.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, yeah.
It was Yimou Zhang as the director. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
What else has he done? Yeah.
He's like some big Chinese
Hero, yeah.
director. Like he is very well known in Chinese film circles.
Oh, he did the Great Wall,
Oh, really?
which I guess you could see it in there.
Oh,
It being
I haven't
an
even seen Great
American
Wall.
Hollywood film.
I just saw like the commercial,
Matt
the
Damon.
trailer, like Matt Damon, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do I need to watch this?
Tomato says no. I saw it though. I saw it on deployment.
Was it fun at least, or was it just kind of stupid and boring?
I think if it wasn't for the fact that Matt Damon was like the main character, I think it could have done well. If they just kept it like a
Was
Chinese...
he the only white guy there?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was actually mostly white people.
Did he do martial
Really?
arts? Did his character do martial arts?
Yeah. Well, you had Willem Dafoe, Matt Damon, and
Willem
Pedro
Dafoe?
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
And
Pedro Pascal's career has been blowing up recently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mandalorian
oh, yeah.
season 3.
and
Yeah.
Euron Greyjoy is in it.
What the heck?
Feel as bake.
Alrighty.
So yeah, we could talk about
Yeah.
that some other time, I guess.
All right. So, is there what'd you guys expect from this? Like just from the title,
I thought of a literal House of Daggers.
I thought it'd be like a scary movie.
No.
Like House of Wax.
Yeah,
or-
no. I'm kidding. I expected it to be exactly what I expected it to be just like this.
Okay. Like a high fantasy, maybe not fantasy, but like this wuxia type of action flick, very dramatized, very there's a kind of like traditional feel to it. And I'm not just saying that because it's set in old time, but like even the way that like they have dialogue, um, it kind of feels like I'm watching a
Soap
like
opera.
folk, or no, I was gonna say like a folk story
Mm.
almost.
Oh, yeah,
But you're right, it is very soapy.
it definitely mixes that.
Yeah,
Feels like dramatics is a big part of these kind of films.
yeah.
Before going into it, I thought it was gonna be similar to, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Mm.
In a
But
way.
I think, well, like, I thought it was gonna be like, there's a Bruce Lee movie where he has to go through every like floor, and there's like a new boss. Every
Yeah.
floor.
Oh,
And
I could see that.
yeah, when I'm like House of Hidden Daggers, I'm like, okay, so it's probably gonna be like, this police force is gonna go in and just have to
This is
like
like Raid.
No,
raid,
man.
raid this house of hidden daggers. But it honestly, it almost turned out to be like a kind of like a soapy,
Excuse
almost like wanted with daggers.
It is kind of like
Oh, especially that scene in
bending the bullets.
Yeah.
bending the
they're
knives.
bending. They're like fuck and
That scene, okay, the scene in the
Yeah.
field when the government, like when like the generals people
Oh,
who
yeah,
have
yeah,
no idea
yeah.
what's going on
yeah,
with the whole plan.
yeah.
There's a part where a guy like she throws a knife and the knife bounces off of some of the people's
Oh
shields.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then it flies around them, literally a flying dagger. It's a dagger that flies
Yeah.
around them, and they have to like. You think it's just gonna keep going until it kills somebody, and it goes around one shield, bounces off into the air, to
Hits
another
like
one.
4 shields.
Here's 4 shields, and then finally you think, oh, can it keep going and kill somebody? No, it just
Yeah.
it was underwhelming there because I thought it was actually gonna kill one person. No, it just dropped on the ground.
Yeah, the daggers, they really do be flying.
They'd be flying, maybe
In this movie.
redirecting.
It's more of like a field of flying.
It's like
daggers.
Yondu's. It's like Yondu's
It's like-
arrow.
Yeah, these
The
daggers.
the field of flying daggers.
The field of flying daggers.
So before I realized what was going on, you know,
Yeah.
in the scene where, Captain Jin breaks her out of prison of the jail,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, he gives her clothes, lets her,
Mm-hmm.
because he's trying to, you know, stay. You know, he wants to be respectful to her.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
part where it says,
it's a
like-
seduction process.
It's a seduction process where because he wants her to trust him,
Yeah,
and he's like, I'm not going to take advantage of you.
yeah. Oh,
Let
and when
alone-
she's bathing.
When she's bathing, he makes noises with his sword
Yeah,
to show that, hey, I am far away from you.
yeah.
Until he makes some weird.
But my boy Jin's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's like, I'm not gonna take advantage of you. Takes advantage of her by literally
Yeah,
like hiding the sword on a tree far away while it's dinging
Yeah.
with a squirrel on it, right?
mhm.
And then he's just looking at her bathing.
What I do want to bring to your guys' attention is like I think in this movie there are many horny people in this movie, but only sex only happens one time,
Mhm.
which is I don't remember the first time I watched this. Maybe my memory was off, but I thought they were just like having sex every time they had the chance. But actually, people are getting rejected left and right in this movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until I rewatched it. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, because the first time he tries to have sex with her, she's not really into it. She's not really like kissing him back. And then the next time she tries to have sex with him, and he's not into it because he just had to kill a bunch of his own soldiers, so he feels super sad and he's not in the mood.
And then she gets all offended by it.
Yeah, and then she gets so butthurt.
Yeah.
She gets so, but she just fucking leaves.
Yeah, she's like,
And-
she's like, I think you should leave. She says, I think you should leave.
oh shit, yeah.
And then he says, we've come too far for me to leave now.
yeah,
At this point, he realizes we've already killed all these people. She doesn't understand that he's upset about the fact that he killed
yeah,
his own
yeah.
people, you know, for this woman. Remember the
Um,
part where like he shoots those 4 arrows in a time frame and they're all flying at the same time?
Yeah, no, that's just a little
Yeah.
suspend a little bit of belief there.
Yeah, of course. And I didn't know at the time that he actually at this point I didn't realize that he was.
Oh, okay.
And I thought these guys that got up, he purposely missed them all perfectly.
Yeah.
I thought, you know, like, oh, he's just trying to spare their lives, and didn't realize till when he went off on his own to
And
find
met up with
my
my boy Leo. Yeah.
and says, "All right,
No more.
no more." It's
I
like,
got it from here.
yeah, and then of course, then realized that the general who has his own plans
Yeah.
sent him out because you see from the red. They had the red uniforms and the green uniforms.
Yeah.
When it's all the green uniforms, it looks like the Fire Nation and the Earth Nation. You know,
One thing about these soldiers, I think at first the way they hold their swords and the way they run, like with like up like this and their shields like this, I think it looks kind of dumb.
It makes them more aerodynamic.
I think it looks kind of dumb, but there are some moments in the movie where like a bunch of them do that at the same time, and it does look kind of aesthetic, almost as if they're in a dance. But I'd say 85% of the time it looks kind of dumb. I don't know if you guys
I'm with you on that.
felt
Yeah.
that, but
I think it was a little overdrawn, but then again,
Yeah.
a lot of things in this are very overdrawn.
Yeah, I think it's just like the
Yeah.
theatrics.
there's that too. Yeah.
it's at least an action drama. I think that's what the way we'd like to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If I can see you, how was this movie?
The twists. There are a few twists
There's
that
a few of 'em.
happened in this movie. What were you guys' reactions towards
twist do you wanna
let's
start
well let's talk about the first one. Where he discovers that she's not blind.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's technically like the second one.
Really?
First one would be her finding. Well, no, us finding out that Jin's like, actually a cop. He's actually part of
The government?
Yeah, he's part of the government.
Oh no, we knew that though.
I think after he told us.
Well, from the beginning,
from the
remember,
beginning.
he was in that room when it first started.
Yeah.
That him and Leo were talking.
They were talking and they were talking about like,
about the info about the intel they got.
there's at the brothel there's a potentially one of the girls, and then like the next scene is Jin at the brothel being all hammy.
I know all actors look the same. All right.
Well.
All actors. Hey, Matt. I don't know where we're getting at here. I'm just saying all actors look the same. Okay.
If you're white, you're Matt Damon.
If you're even whiter, you're Ben Affleck.
It's a Matt Damon moment right there. But yeah, no. I'm pretty sure that's the first twist. There's no big
About her her
he
being
he gets brought to the Flying Daggers. The lady at the Flying Daggers is like, "Oh, you should marry May," and then he's like, "Yeah," and then she's like, "Psych, you're captured," and he's like, "Wait, what?"
No. How'd I feel about that? I got. I really thought she was blind. I thought that was gonna
Okay.
way it's supposed to be the entire time.
I thought because me watching it a second time, I was looking for any sort of fucking indication where like she would not be blind, like maybe when no one's looking at her, she like looks around or something, anything of the sort. No, they kept that shit airtight the entire fucking time.
She played it really well.
Yeah.
I thought there was one of the things where the acting wasn't going to show, like, you know how in a lot of acting they when somebody's playing a blind person, they
Yeah.
make it look real by them not looking directly at people. They don't know where to look because they're blind,
Okay.
right? And she did really well
Yeah.
with the way she would look around. She would look down
Mhm.
when she would look at your face, but
Yeah.
look down at the other guy's face, at Jin's face.
Yes. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
away because she obviously was blind and didn't really know where her eyes supposed to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Nailed it.
Nailed it. And for to find out that she wasn't blind.
Yeah, and he watches her come out and serve tea with like perfect hand-eye coordination, and he's like, "Wait a second." Yeah, I remember the first time I watched this. I think this was like 2008 or something. I was in high school, and my dad got a DVD of this because like we went to Best Buy and like he was buying movies, and like he bought Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. and he bought this movie. And I watched this movie, and I was like, "Whoa, that's a twist! I did not expect that."
This movie,
Yeah.
what's funny, this movie actually made a lot of money throughout the world.
Yeah,
It
no,
actually made most of its money here in America.
this was a very well received film. I think a lot of the praise was towards the cinematography and the coloring.
The coloring was I loved
Yeah.
it. I love
Yeah,
the colors.
They
like,
really go hard on the green.
The
in
green,
the flying
yes.
dagger scene. Like the trees are all like, what is wood? What is bark? It's all
Mhm.
just green. They got those green robes going on. And then yeah, a lot of the trees and stuff, they're all very nature colory.
remember the in the opening fight scene with
Yeah.
her versus the that other captain? It
in the-
wasn't
when she's a blind girl at the brothel.
Yeah, but like when she's actually fighting, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't
she
Leo
takes
or
the sword out.
It wasn't Leo or Jin, was it?
That was Leo. That was
Oh,
Leo.
it was Leo. Okay. Oh, that's just. Sorry. Sorry. But when Leo cut her
Yeah.
when she was like she's fighting with him with her sleeves.
Oh yeah,
he
yeah, yeah.
cut the sleeves off and the sleeves went flying away.
Yeah.
She brought her other ones in. You can
Yeah.
see how she brings them in and grasps them too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like that because she gets ready to use them again as
It's
as
so
the checkout
cool.
weapon.
It's so cool the way that it's done, the way that the fights are done, the choreography. And
Movies should
even
I think movies should do more of this these days, like
Yeah.
utilizing that their personal objects as like different uses of weapons, like their clothes as weapons.
yeah,
Like we've seen Jackie Chan utilize that a lot, and
a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
We've seen Matt Damon do that.
we've seen Matt Damon do that. Yes, in Bourne, the Bourne Supremacy.
Yeah, yeah.
When right before he blows up the house, right?
Yes. He uses a pen. He uses a book. He uses he uses many things.
He uses many things. His
Yeah.
jacket, of course, used to disarm people.
You know,
with
he's
knives.
never used a pencil though.
Not with a fucking pencil.
He's not John Wick. Well, when you think about it, he was John Wick before John Wick.
He was, but John Wick
Yeah.
has surpassed the.
You really think so? You really think John Wick could take Jason Bourne?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm sorry. Has Jason Bourne taken out an entire
No.
nexus of assassins?
He doesn't need to. Jason Bourne has
He can
taken on the American government.
Ooh, that's true. No, I think John Wick can. I think he can work him bad.
I don't
So
think so.
we are the American government, and
You hear that,
Bourne-
Universal?
I know Bourne can take me. So I think John Wick will have pretty easy work for him.
No, you guys are high.
We're gonna take a poll. Jason
No,
Bourne versus
Jason-
John Wick.
Jason
Bourne versus Zhao
No,
Mei.
but Jason Bourne is so much smarter than John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick.
So much smarter.
He literally is like, quote unquote, sheer fucking will, if you will.
Yeah, well, so is Jason Bourne. You don't need to say it out loud because you can fucking tell from his actions.
True.
But you know what? I mean, John Wick is impressive. Jason Bourne is impressive. I don't wanna start this fight.
Do you think Jason Bourne can fall from a New York City building and survive?
Well, I mean, he fell from a
bridge.
a Prague building,
Okay, he got me there.
and he survived. Not only did he survive, but as he was falling, he shot a dude on the stairwell.
Do you think Ethan Shaw from Mission Impossible can win against all three of them?
Ethan Hunt?
Ethan Hunt, yeah, I'm thinking of
Ethan
Jerry
Hunt? Ethan Hunt is not. No, that guy sucks.
Yeah, he could probably run. He could probably run faster than all
That
of
guy
them.
Yeah, he's
sucks,
true.
dude.
It's true.
Ethan Hunt would like.
Yeah, he could beat him in a race.
It's not.
You can beat him in a race.
I bet I can run faster than you guys. Why don't you go?
Do you think fucking Fast and Furious guy can take on Dominic Toretto? Do you think Dominic Toretto can take on John Wick?
God.
Do you
God,
remember John Wick 1 when he's first going through the club and this big buff dude comes out of the pool,
Yeah.
and then John Wick immediately headshots him.
Oh, yeah.
That's Dominic Toretto.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't- you
That's
would only
Dominic Toretto.
You would only get halfway through saying family before he was dead.
Fam.
um,
No, he'll come back to life because of plot armor. That's the
uh,
thing. None of them would lose because of plot armor.
oh yeah. Well, it depends whose movie it is. It depends who's doing the cameo.
Well, this is
That's
like-
what it matters.
This is your basic Freddy versus Jason. They all survive.
Oh man, that's funny. But they get fucking fucked up. They gotta get fucked up.
I think the person to take the biggest beating would be John Wick because that's what he takes a huge
John
beating
Wick
all the
can
movies.
take a big beating. Just based off the movies. I agree.
and
with
and the
that.
thing is, Jason Bourne doesn't take a beating. As in, like,
well-
he doesn't put himself in the situation to get beat.
That's true. Okay, he doesn't actually get beat up by people. He's been involved in car wrecks and such, and fallen off like buildings and into water.
Or the Jason Bourne movie, where it's just titled Jason Bourne, where he's shredded.
I forgot about that movie.
He's huge in this movie.
That movie's not great.
No, but you see in the beginning where he's in
Yes,
he's in that. I think he's in like the Central America,
yeah.
and then he's just jacked.
He is fucking brolic.
He's brolic.
Yes.
I think it's because he had just finished doing Elysium too. In Elysium, he got big.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Regardless,
Back to how do we get here?
this is what we do.
No, we talked about Wanted, and then we talked about I don't even know how we got here. Anyway, twists.
Twists.
So the first twist, May is not,
not
blind. Second twist, Leo
Yeah.
is actually a fucking House of Flying Daggers boy.
Yeah,
That was pretty wild.
He was a double agent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I literally said like I looked over at Ciara. I'm like, wow, what the fuck?
Oh, you watched the Sierra?
Yeah. I
Okay. Did she like it?
She surprisingly liked it.
Okay.
It was funny. Hannah actually likes these foreign films too. So when we watched,
Did Hannah watch it too?
No, but like,
Yeah.
because she was like looking at stuff online.
Mhm.
But we watched on Sundays together. and she
Oh,
liked
okay.
it.
Nice. Yeah, I was wondering if this movie was like, is this movie mean to women? Because
Oh, yeah.
because I was watching the second time I'm watching. First time I watched, I didn't really notice. It's not something I picked up on. But the second time I'm watching, like my girl May, like she's getting her clothes ripped off in like literally every scene. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she got assaulted twice.
Showing some shoulder, like showing a lot of shoulder.
Oh yeah. After
A lot of shoulder is shown in this very racy.
Oh yeah. After I think it was the first scene with the four guys where her shoulder thing got torn off,
Yeah.
and then he comes back and he's like, "I'm sorry, I was late." and
Yeah.
puts the
No,
clothes
that's not.
on
That's
him.
the second scene.
It was the second scene with,
Yeah.
with the green guy.
Because in the first scene, is at the brothel when he rips her clothes off,
Yeah.
and then even after that, when she fights Leo also rips a little bit more of her clothes off in the fight.
yeah.
And the movie really likes to portray May as an object of desire.
Crazy movies and women being objects of desire. That's
Yeah.
never been done before.
No, but you know what? This movie takes it a step further. This is my take. This is my take on this movie. This movie takes it a step further with putting May as an object of desire. In that the actual plot of the movie and the theme of the movie and the theme song of the movie is about a woman who can literally ruin nations with her beauty.
Very true.
Yes. And this movie is literally a woman bringing down two men.
Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, in the synopsis online, it says the Tang Dynasty is fighting to keep control over China, a battle they are losing to several rebel groups.
Yeah.
One such group is the House of Flying Daggers, who steal from the wealthy and give to the poor. Two police deputies working with the government are ordered to investigate a dancer, May, who is rumored to be working with the House of Flying Daggers, but both men fall under her charms. And
Oh,
decide
they
to
actually
help her.
say that shit in the synopsis?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fall under her charms, which is not exactly what the point there is.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah,
falls
yeah.
under their charms.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Decide to help her escape instead.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Because I don't want to make it seem like she is femme fatale mastermind behind, because she's not. She catches feelings.
Yeah, fast. Very fast.
And she
days.
wasn't supposed to.
Captain Jin, man.
Yeah, and Jin also. All these people are catching feelings. And
I
they're
was
not,
catching
they're not,
feelings.
They're not supposed to.
You got me.
Yeah. By the way, like my boy Jin, like he's a good-looking dude. Like,
Yeah.
really good-looking dude.
This is the Japanese in my house.
I believe so. I guess, I don't know what it is. The other guy has more has like dad energy. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's in right now.
Yeah, it is in right now.
He's like Burt Reynolds, you know?
He'd do great in 2023.
Yeah.
But back
See
in
his mustache.
690 AD or whenever this is supposed to take place.
Jin has it.
Jin, yeah, sorry, Leo.
Yeah,
Sorry.
early 2000s.
I do feel bad for him though. I
For
do feel
Jin?
bad. No, for Leo.
Leo, oh.
Because he went undercover for 3 years to impress May, which is kind of stupid. There are other ways to impress women than go undercover for 3 years.
Yeah, didn't it say like he became captain in 3 years too? That's what
Something like that. Yeah.
in the beginning it talked about how he became captain within 3 years.
Oh, okay. I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah.
This was right after she was arrested by them and brought into that torture chamber.
Ah,
And they talked about how like
okay.
I didn't pick this up in 3 years, you know, and get this far in 3 years for nothing or whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe he was talking about
Mhm.
her in the first place, maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you watch it again, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
This isn't that scene.
Hey, I want to point out something that you said in the synopsis. In the synopsis, it said that the House of Flying Daggers, they steal from the rich and give to the poor. Is that what it said?
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on any of that. They
Yeah.
didn't, like, I don't even know what the...
Maybe the person writing didn't actually
What
watch
is-
the movie. He took another synopsis and decided to go off
He
on his
looked
own.
at the
He went
DVD
rogue.
poster and he came up with something. That's pretty much what he did. But yeah, the House of Flying Daggers, I don't know what their policies are. I don't know where they stand on economic issues. Like, I don't know whether or not to support them. They
Yeah.
just have really cool green outfits, and they
Yeah.
fucking...
They just hit the government.
They listened to like One Rage Against the Machine.
yeah.
They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is us now.
We rally around
yeah.
the family with a house full of daggers.
Yeah, and we throw daggers like we're bending bullets.
yeah.
That's us.
It'd be crazy if it ended just like that. The way Wanted ended with, you know, Angelina Jolie killing everybody, including her.
And herself.
But instead of a bullet, a dagger.
Yeah.
Feels like a
dagger
dagger would be
that-
even harder to bend than a bullet.
Yeah, it's not really symmetrical. But yeah.
I mean, it could be like a boomerang.
A boomerang dagger.
A boomerang dagger.
A boomer dagger.
Weird thing, completely unrelated. We're talking about boomerangs here.
Yeah.
You know Captain Boomerang from Suicide Squad? You've
Yeah,
seen the new
yes.
Suicide Squad?
I actually have not seen the new one. No.
Oh, well, I mean,
No.
can I ruin it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, well, Captain Boomerang, in it, you know, he gets blown up in the beginning, and somebody thought it would be really funny if, like, in an end scene, he actually just is still alive and grabs his boomerang and says, "Boomerangs always come back," and that's how it ended. I saw someone put that in like on Twitter. I was like, oh, that would actually be really funny.
That'd be funny. That kind of reminds me of the whole the Morbius meme. Like, you know, how people are like, my favorite part was when he said, "It's Morbin time."
You know Morbius? Did you know in the first Blade movie,
Yeah.
Morbius came back at the end, but they did nothing with it.
What?
Morbius was in
Morbius was in Blade 1?
when Blade went at the end.
Like, end credit scene?
Yes.
Like, have to wait until the credits are
no,
over?
it was like mid credits.
Okay.
And
Shit, I didn't know that.
yeah, I watched this on Watch Mojo,
Oh my god.
and
Wait,
they did nothing with it.
Who plays Morbius?
don't know.
Some
They-
dude?
Just some dude, I guess, but
Oh.
but they did nothing with it.
Huh.
2 movies later, did nothing with it.
Hmm.
Let's see what they do.
Are they doing? They're doing a new Blade.
Yeah, with
gotta
what's his
be,
name
'cause
from
they-
the Green Book. What's his name?
Marshall Ali.
Ali.
Mahershala yeah, I don't know how to say it.
Sorry,
He was in
the Green Book.
Green Book. Luke
He-
Cage.
I haven't seen Green Book.
He was in the
First season.
Oh, he was the villain in Luke Cage.
he was in
Yeah.
Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
That was an old. That's a 2009 movie.
2009.
Yeah.
Love that movie. It's a great movie.
I love that movie too.
I think he was in.
I'm pretty sure it's Mahershala.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Dude, I never finished that movie. I got 20 minutes in, and then I went to go do something else, and I just like stopped watching.
It's a good movie.
It's one of my
I
favorite.
heard it's
Ryan
really
Gosling.
good though.
It's my favorite Ryan Gosling movie.
Yeah.
A 3-part time frame movie. Yeah. He did 2 movies in the same like couple months where he did that and
Ryan Gosling.
yeah, he did that movie and Drive.
Drive's good.
Drive was yeah, they both came out around the same time. I think Drive came out 2011. Place Along the Pines came out 2012.
Something like that.
So yeah, he must have filmed those really close together. Yeah. Drive, really good movie. That director, really weird guy. Really, his other movies are super weird.
Yeah. Oh, actually, again, I think that's where I saw on this other YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see now. Even though we're digressing again, but that's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We plug other YouTube channels.
Nicholas Winding
Refn. Yeah. Yeah. He did this movie called Only God Forgives. I feel like I told you about it. It's a really weird movie.
Look at the picture. The first picture is him holding his hands up like, ah.
Is that Nicholas Winding Refn?
Yeah.
He's a weird guy. He's a really weird guy.
Only God Forgives, a Neon Demon, Pusher.
Neon Demon. I have that downloaded. But
Only God Forgives is the movie you were talking about the guy who's hunting. We saw that. You showed us the.
Yeah, it's.
You really like the trailer.
The Red Band. There's a specific trailer. I don't think I ever showed you that trailer in particular.
No, you did. You showed me. You showed me.
Okay, yeah, and it's. I really like the trailer. I watched the movie. The movie's really. Most people don't like it. Most people, let me just say, most people don't like this movie. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was really weird in a good way. Really slow movie. But yeah, Ryan Gosling, he fights people and gets beat up by an old guy. What were we talking about? How do we get here again?
We were talking about Leo and her May being like a sex symbol in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Being pretty much used.
No, I was saying like the movie more than just from an aesthetic point of view, but from a narrative and thematic point of view, the idea that beautiful women are the downfall of nations.
Think about Mulan.
This is like the Troy of Chinese folklore, I guess.
Yeah.
Because like in Troy, Helen of Troy, she's the one who face that launched 1,000 ships. Here, it's the face that 2 dudes killed each other over, but they didn't really kill each other.
One of them, well, Leo did. Leo died. He collapsed, walking.
No, he didn't.
Limping away.
No, he just walked away.
Pretty sure he collapsed. Like,
nah, he lived.
I think he collapsed, but I think he might have lived though.
I don't think he died. The only person that died was May. Which, by the way, coming back to the third twist, where they're at a fucking weird Mexican not really Mexican standoff, but a standoff. They got a standoff going on with these flying daggers. May is threatening to kill Leo. Leo is ready to kill Jin, and Jin is just unarmed watching it happen. And what'd you guys think would happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What I think happened?
No. What did you guys think would have happened, or like what? Or how did the? So what happened was Leo pretended to throw his dagger, and he pretended to throw his dagger because he wanted to die. He wanted May to kill him, clearly, because May said she was going to kill him if he threw the dagger. So he accepted death, and he had no desire to kill Jin. So he just pretended to throw the dagger, expecting for May to kill him with her dagger. But May doesn't do that. May throws her dagger in front of where his dagger would have been, and which is signified by the spot of blood hitting the dagger as it met that cross path. that's a twist.
I think a lot of Leo's downfall, where he wasn't really going to get much of this, is he didn't have a lot of direct time with May.
That's true. And
Like,
then in the
it was
one
all
time
just
he
her and
did,
Jin.
and the one time he did, he tried to rape her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of, you lost some points with me there.
Yeah,
But
like, she's just going through a lot in this movie, only to be
Yeah.
a target, essentially, a target amongst the people that love her,
yeah, it's true. It's
Not
a
knowing
really
that-
messy situation.
and not knowing that what the guy did, even though he loved her all along,
Yeah.
before even Captain Jin knew of her existence.
Yeah.
But she still, I guess, you just fall for the guy who doesn't.
It's really awkward because like he makes a really good point. He's like, "How can you love him after just 3 days?" And like, oh shit, that's a good point. Oh fuck.
Not even 3 days. We just like loved him within the first day. Honestly,
Yeah.
like that fight is like, wow, somebody who went through all this to save me. Even though I feel like she knew all along, though, because she knew all along because she wasn't.
Yeah, 'cause she wasn't blind. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But even with knowing what she knew, she still
She still wanted that Jindy.
she wanted it.
Yeah.
It's like
She wanted it real bad.
it's like you knew I was here all along. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You give me
She
my
got out.
clothes.
She got it once.
No, this movie was better. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be that good. I thought it was. I
Okay.
thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be. I thought at first this would be like. I thought it was be when I saw romance action. I thought it was be more along the romance,
Oh.
and I thought wasn't gonna enjoy it.
Oh no, the bodies are hitting the floor in
Yeah.
this movie.
They drowning pooled the shit out of this movie.
Yeah. I think one thing that I didn't really second time around watching the whole Jin and Mei running away from the government soldiers, and these government soldiers they're leaping across like in the bamboo trees, and they're throwing like bamboo spears.
Yeah, remember
At them?
they're taking the branches and then
And
cutting
they're
them.
yeah, and they're
and then throwing them.
yeah.
To trap them.
Yeah, no, but what I don't understand is why did they trap them? They could have just killed them. That's what I didn't understand the second time around. Because I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, they threw all these.
It's for the visual.
Well,
I think that might be just
I-
it. Yeah.
I think for the visual and also the fact that every time they did throw them previously, they kept either dodging them or redirecting them or throwing them back. Or,
Okay, to
whatever,
keep
so
them
it's
in
just
one
like-
spot.
all right, let's just like contain these guys and then
Yeah.
kill them.
How did you guys? So that the whole trope of being trapped, nowhere to go, about to face certain death, and all of a sudden you're saved by random third party happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think it happens like 3 times in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first time is the first time is Jin and Mei, where
Yeah.
Jin pretends to shoot the guys with the arrows. I think that's the first time. The second time is they're fighting in the field. Government soldiers are actually killing or actually trying to kill, and then they're about to die. They're about to get stabbed in the face with these like big ass swords, because they're trapped and like there's like multiple swords like blocking their way or whatever, and then these 2 swords come out and they're about to stab him, and then these guys just get hit by like these not knives but like wooden fucking like little tiny spears or
Yeah.
whatever, which we later learn is our boy Leo, his handiwork. But yeah, that was a random third party, and then
That was in the field, yeah.
yeah, and then the third time it happened was with the actual Flying Dagger people. They came in, saved the day.
Remember in that scene where she was looking for that spear that impaled the dude? She was like on the ground searching for it, and she found it.
Oh
When she realized she knew not who it was from, but why it was there. She knew it was somebody else.
She knew. Yeah, that's when. That there's a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
That she knew that there was someone, not a House of Flying Daggers person, but someone.
Because she may have, maybe it doesn't show it, but he might have been there before for her in the past. Right? Do you think
Well,
maybe
what do you mean?
meaning like that kind of like weapon?
Oh,
like,
he might have
the
saved.
improvised weapon
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
was
yeah.
like was used for her in the past that you don't know. That you don't
Yes,
see.
something of the sort. You knew that there was something going on with that. But yeah. So I remember the first time I watched this movie, the last scene where they have the Mexican standoff. Um, uh, I remember really liking the the change of scenery. There's like this really quick change of scenery. It happens all of a sudden. It's like winter.
Mhm.
um, this second time around, I did like it, but there were a few moments where I felt like there's too much snow in this camera, and I think it's hurting the scene.
I think
Um, did you guys feel that way?
I agree.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that comes down to it being the early 2000s and limited by special effects. Because I know when Ciara and I were watching it, she's like, "There's so much fucking soap in that girl's hair," and I'm like, "Yeah." Back in the early 2000s, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's 2004.
Yeah,
So probably filming in late 2002.
Wait, did you say soap?
there was soap in her, soap in all of their hairs. It was like soap.
Oh, you could see soap?
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you like sudsy?
that was
Sudsy.
the snow.
Mm-hmm.
That was the snow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They probably used like soap as like their
As like a fake snow thing?
yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I kind of noticed that too.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I didn't want to like direct it to being like, oh, it's soap in the hair. I'm like, I understand what it's supposed to be, so I'm
Well,
not kind of.
I didn't point it out. Ciara pointed it out to me.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was kind of annoyed when they're just the amount of snowflakes on the screen kind of
Mhm.
obscured their faces, and like I think there's a way to do it to make it artistic, and I think that's what they were trying to go for.
They
But
should have did what Tarantino
it-
did
yeah,
in Volume 1 of Kill Bill, when the Oren Ishii versus the bride. Like that scene where she kills Oren Ishii and it's snowing outside should have been like more dark but bright
Yeah.
colors and snow, but very little snow in the background
Okay.
falling.
not like these ginormous flakes that take
Yeah.
up 90% of the fucking screen. Yeah, no, I agree. A little bit too much snow in that, but however, I do think that the whole contrast of white, like, I think that's a cool look.
Yeah.
I just
It-
the
it-
first time around I really liked it. The second time around I just found it kind of
It does make all the other colors that you can see pop out that much more.
yeah.
Which
Apparently, there's a very specific reason why they wanted to include that sort of white scene. Like, apparently, this movie tries to follow a particular color scheme that is traditional to like Chinese philosophy or something like that, or Chinese color theory. I don't know off the top of my head. I read it in the wiki. So like it's not as if like somebody was just like let's make it winter. It was apparently a very deliberate decision to incorporate that sort of thing in there. Obviously like I'm not familiar with any of that, so I couldn't really appreciate it on that end. But to be honest, I don't think this movie is really made for Americans. I do think this is more geared towards a Chinese audience who can pick up on like Chinese folklore like stuff. But and it also made me think about like, yeah, I wonder what else is lost in translation, cuz some of the subtitles like I felt like were not I felt like what the subtitles were saying was maybe not 100% what the actors' faces were saying sometimes. Did you guys get that a bit?
I guess I didn't.
Okay.
You might not be. You're probably not wrong.
I don't know.
I'm sure you're. I'm sure you're actually not wrong at all.
Yeah.
But I guess I just didn't see it that deep.
I
Personally,
don't know. Anyway, that's a minor gripe. I don't really got much else to say about that.
I had no real gripes with this movie at all, to be honest.
I did have a little. There's the montages felt a little dragged out, and they're especially the horse riding montages. There's a lot of horse riding montages in this.
Okay.
And I kind of felt like that kind of hurt the pacing of the movie. I think the one time it doesn't really hurt is near the end when Jin is riding away and Mei is just standing there in her green outfit. I think that's a really cool like contrast, like him going, her staying, and then you could feel the tension of like she she's like debating whether or not to go. Like that's what's going on in her head. And like
She did wear a lot of clothes in this movie.
yeah,
She changed her clothes a lot.
it's true. The outfits are fucking incredible in
Mhm.
this movie. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, I'd say like some of the montages, the horse riding montages, didn't really do it for me.
Would you consider the part where Jin was like getting the flowers for her like on the horse? It's been a lot of time
I
getting
was
flowers
watching.
for her.
I was watching that, and I'm like, this guy is like doing acrobatics, getting these flowers
Yeah.
while going full speed on this horse, and I'm like, dude, just get off your horse and pick your flowers like a
pick 'em up.
normal person.
It probably actually
And,
may take you less time.
Yeah, exactly.
What other scene where he's like, "What do you look like? Like, feel my face?" Like, no, it'll be rude to start at your face.
Oh yeah, and then she
Starts
goes
feeling
down.
your legs. Like, oh, you mastered the art of flying.
Yeah.
Or I think it's art of flying.
Yeah,
And then
Like-
your right hand shows that you're good with a sword, and your left hand that you're strong with a bow.
yeah.
Even though the entire
My-
time she just knew.
Jin was like, I'm about to get a blowjob right now. What's going
I
on?
thought so too. I was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What if like
Yeah.
maybe it's like the whole like translation part of the fact that I don't understand Chinese,
Yeah.
and what if their traditional acting compared to like understanding English what if their acting was actually bad and you didn't realize it?
Oh, that's a really good question.
What if their acting wasn't actually good?
Hmm.
It's like it's
What if the writing was just really awful and you just
Yeah.
can't tell?
you just can't tell because you
And like
don't
they're
understand.
being super serious and
And-
delivering these lines with like
Yeah.
a lot of emotion, but what if they're just saying like I'm mad?
And that
Or
would-
just
and that-
like
and that would indicate the reason why it did better in America than it did in China.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
You
Or
think
maybe
like
more
this would
people
be-
watching movies.
This is like the equivalent of like all those scary movie and epic movie,
Yeah.
disaster movie.
Yeah. Where they're just like, in those movies they don't care about their acting. That the whole
Yeah.
point is just to be offbeat.
Yeah.
But maybe that's it. I don't know. I wouldn't understand,
knows?
and I probably never will because
I felt like I feel like during that scene, like there's a lot more innuendo that could have been done, but maybe the translation's not that good. I don't know. But yeah, no, I was like, oh, he's about to get a blowjob. Okay, I don't remember this first time I watched it.
wow, this movie's going real fast, real fast.
I think I rented the wrong one.
I'm ready to
Wrap it up.
wrap it
Yeah.
up. Unless you guys got anything else you want to get off your chest.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Can I start? I'll start.
You can. Yeah, let's start.
Okay, 'cause
that
I think-
direction.
We'll end with you because of
Yeah, I picked it. Yeah.
The color for one thing. I really admire a movie with color.
Mm.
Any movie like when we watch. I talked about with my students today,
Mhm.
Everything Everywhere All at Once, and how it was. We came out of the movie theater thinking like it's probably the greatest movie ever made.
Mm.
Personally,
Yeah.
and a big hit of that movie is because of the color scheme.
Oh yeah.
Very vibrant, dark, bright,
So dynamic.
so dynamic.
Yeah.
And they did it well with this one too, because I think that's just what what their type of cinema
Mhm.
goes for: bright colors, good storyline,
Yeah.
and dialogue, and very dramatic dialogue going along with it. I will say I did not expect any of those twists at all.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I'm a sucker for not knowing what's going to happen. A lot of
Nice.
movies you see these days, you know from the beginning.
Yeah.
There's this movie that came out. We were watching in the previews in theaters called The Invitation. It was this horror movie, and then
Oh, I think I saw that on Netflix. I didn't watch it, but
yeah. But you
Yeah.
when we're in the theaters, you're saying, "Oh, I've seen this before."
yeah.
Because
I've seen this movie before.
it's always done. And a lot of movies are like that. You just know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The person like us, people like us who watch movies a lot and really dissect them, can see it. And this one, I didn't see it because maybe it was at the
That's big.
time it's different than what movies are now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that a lot.
Mm.
The color, the action is great. The dramatics aren't over dramatic.
Okay.
They're not over dramatic for a good amount of it. I'd say they are
Yeah.
over dramatic for a good amount of parts, but
Yeah.
a lot of them are very tame, and I'm okay with that.
I can agree with that.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so mostly the action sequences are fun
Mhm.
and not too drawn out. I think they're just the right amount,
Yeah.
and the color is what gives me. I would give it a nice 8 out of 10.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Solid.
I like this movie. I liked it a lot better than I thought I was gonna like it. When it started out, it was a little rough. I think it was just like I think movies that start with like rolling introductions saying like, oh, this happened in this time, this is when these people were defending this, and it just like, I don't know, that kind of draws me away from movies, and started getting into it. I think really when it turned around was when me was hitting those drums. I think that
pretty early.
Yeah, that first action scene kind of like drew me in.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I was bored throughout the whole thing. I think I wasn't looking at my phone. I wasn't really just kind of tuned in. And when the end came, after she died, and two dudes go their separate ways.
Yeah.
And the general's men come to the hideout of the hidden daggers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we don't really get to find out what happens.
No,
I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they were like inching in on that hideout, and I'm like,
stupid stance.
Yeah, and like that scene right there was, to me, it was like so cool because like the general's men were green, the bamboo background was green, their hideout was green. It just like it just was so dope. I'm like, oh, I am ready for this. I am ready for that right now. And then the movie ended.
Yeah.
But I like the movie. I'd give it a 7.5.
7.5. I'm agreeing with everything that's being said right now. I think I totally forgot, by the way, that we don't know what happens to the House of Flying Daggers. We don't know whether they survived the ambush. We don't know if they had a counter attack going on. No,
you think they just forgot? Like in post, they're like, "Oh shit!"
They're like, "Wait, shouldn't we have wrapped this part up?" I'm like, no one cares about them. Just have the chick die. And I don't think I really care about the Flying Daggers. I think I care more about this love triangle. And as far as love triangle goes, this love triangle's it's a pretty interesting love triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that the Jin and Mei, they only know each other 3 days. I felt that there was enough chemistry between these two. And when I say chemistry, I mean there's a lot of push and pull. Because like at one point, like one of them is more into the other one, and at another point, the other one is more into the other one. But then like they're never really quite meeting on the same frequency until near the end, and they have like explosive sex, where they're like they literally can't keep their hands off each other. So on the chemistry standpoint, I think it's very effective, and I personally think Zhang Ziyi, she does most of the heavy lifting here, because she does a lot with very little. Like she doesn't say a lot in this movie, but like her face is it's almost doll-like in its stillness, but then somehow she's able to like portray all this shit that's inside her, which is because she does have a very doll-like face. She looks like a Chinese doll, very pretty, like almost astonishingly pretty, and yeah, she does a lot of the heavy lifting here, and I think the movie would have failed if it weren't for her.
Good point.
Yeah. That said, this is my second time watching it, so I think I was able to look at it with a little bit more critical eye. I really didn't like a lot of the horseback riding back and forth. It really took away from the movie. Like I'm like checking my phone and like seeing what time it is during these times, because I'm like, this is not interesting. And I felt the intro The whole intro scene, by the way, where Jin and Leo are just talking and they're discussing like government shit is super bland. The scenery is super bland. It's like this brown room
Yeah.
and like it's just super not interesting and I'm like, you guys could have done better. Like this is
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the government.
yeah, and I'm watching it for the second time and I don't even remember this intro scene,
Well,
to be honest.
the places we work aren't the greatest either. Yeah.
He's got a point.
Okay, all right, yeah.
But this is a totalitarian government.
Yeah,
You should be able to have all. If a brothel could have this beautiful scenery,
yeah,
maybe a government hideout area could probably be something decent, right?
yeah. Get some posters or something, man. Like, come on. Anyway, yeah, no, the intros is I felt it was real blunder. Just like
Yeah.
it, and what you said, where like it essentially failed to capture your attention. Like that's just that the movie just kind of failed in that regard in the beginning, in my opinion. And yeah, there's that. But the cinematography for the rest of the movie, the color for the rest of the movie, fucking gorgeous. The scene in the House of Flying Daggers hideout with the green, and especially the ending with the white snow. I already talked about my gripes with the snow, but like overall positive. Me personally, I give this an 8. And I think the reason why I give it an 8 is because I typically don't like this genre, the wuxia genre, the over the topness. That's part of the reason why I'm giving it an 8. I'd give it a higher score. But you know how like when you watch anime, your brain goes into anime mode? Because like if you watch anime with the same mindset as like, I don't know, watching Game of Thrones or watching Breaking Bad, there are different rules. Like in anime, when someone like does some crazy outlandish thing, that's normal. If someone does something crazy outlandish in Breaking Bad, it's like that's weird. This should be a well written
Yeah.
series. Why is this happening?
There should be some thread of
Yeah,
of
so like
realism.
your brain goes into a different mode. Like, but the thing is, for me, I can't really go into a different mode very well if it's live action. So like when this is like a live action movie with real human characters and they're doing, it just seems a little soap opera-y. That it's hard for me to shake that. So that's why I'd probably give this a higher score because from a technical like artistic standpoint, I really enjoyed this movie and the drama I was very effective, but I just the hamminess and the soapiness, it's hard for me to get over that. So for me, an 8.
All right, so that gives an overall 7.8 out of 10 on the Burnaflicometer.
Yes.
We're still
Yes.
learning. We're trying figuring out a name for it, but I think it's a pretty good one.
Oh, we'll get back to you on that one.
7.8, not bad. Especially, I mean, we can. If Aggie was here, like, we'd be like, why not round numbers?
Why not an 8? Why not an 8.5?
I can give it a 7.9 if you'd like, but I think 8 is. It's not being genuine, generous. I think it's giving exactly what you want.
I think we can let the calculator decide.
Yeah, 7.8.
Yeah.
7.8 is our overall, and I think
Cool.
it's good to say that.
Yeah.
Still a pretty generous thing if you think about it.
I'm thinking about the next movie, and I believe it's Murph's
It's
movie.
Me, yes. So I've been thinking about it, and I wanted to watch The Whale.
Okay.
I wanted to watch The Whale, but to be honest, I don't want to go to a movie theater and watch this.
Is
Like,
it on streaming?
It's not streaming yet, and it's a movie I want to see. But to be honest, I don't want to go to a movie theater right now.
Okay.
Because personally, even though reviews have gotten lower in the coming week in the last few weeks, it's apparently like Brendan Fraser's like real big comeback, and so good that he got an 8-minute standing ovation at the premiere for it, and
Did
he
he
got a
get the
golden.
standing ovation for the movie, or did he get the standing ovation because he's back to acting?
I think it's both.
Hmm.
And he also won a Golden Globe for it already.
Okay. All right.
But I want to see it. Do you think we can either watch this and I'll go to watch in theaters with you guys?
Yeah.
Unless if it comes out here, we can watch in the theater here. Or we can watch Stewart: A Life Backwards.
Stewart: A Life Backwards.
Yes, it's a 2007 drama adaptation. Oh, actually, that there's a third one I actually was thinking about doing, which I've seen. I can't get my mind over. This one is it's pretty much a writer documents the turbulent life of a homeless alcoholic who has a violent past, and he desperately tries to recover from his past indiscretions.
Okay.
Which stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hardy.
And what's the third movie?
The third movie, I really want to talk about Adaptation.
Adaptation.
Which is one of
Speaks for itself.
Yeah, one of Charlie Kaufman's directorials and writings.
Yes.
Starring Nick Cage, loosely playing Charlie Kaufman as a writer struggling to figure out his voice and who he is and get over himself. And I think even though I haven't seen 2 out of the 3 movies, I think I really just want to talk about Adaptation instead. Unless if you guys actually would like to go to theaters and watch The Whale.
I'll do whatever. I'll do whatever. I don't have a preference. But whatever you're more strongly leaning towards, I think, is where we're gonna find success.
I think actually Adaptation, because Adaptation, after watching this movie, really gripped me into into loving cinema more. I saw this movie about 7 years ago.
Okay.
For the first time and last time. And
Man.
it's what opened me up to the love of movies.
Adaptation. Oh man, our next podcast is gonna be so long.
Oh my god, we talk about it. I could talk about the ins and outs of that movie forever. So next time, Adaptation.
Adaptation.
Later, everybody.
All right, see ya.
Flick.